a UCF student on a visa, and men from countries like Mexico, Jamaica, India, and El Salvador. Investigators say these men allegedly showed up with illegal drugs, guns, and contraceptives, thinking they were meeting kids as young as 13, but instead they were met with undercover officers. Now, as mentioned, Sheriff Woods didn't hold back and is vowing to hunt down anyone who targets a child.
Marion County and the 5th Judicial Circuit, and truthfully, in the entire state of Florida, as I'm pretty sure, as the general is going to make abundantly clear, we do not tolerate this crime. Marion County and the 5th.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. We have enough issues with this already, and now we have illegals adding to the issue on top of it. Yeah, deport every single one of these folks. Every single one of them. Every single one of them.
Girl walked out. Watch closely. He followed shortly behind her and then casually picked her up. He walked out of view and into a nearby store with the little girl in his arms. News 4 obtained a criminal complaint. It said the girl's father was in the play area with her sibling and didn't realize she'd walked out. Her mother actually happened to be in the store that the suspect wandered into. She noticed the man with her child, confronted him, and he gave the girl up and took off. Fairfax County Police eventually arrested him. His name is Andreas Caceres Jalden. Girl
Trying to kidnap kids in broad daylight. Broad daylight. You come to a country supposedly for a better life, and you're attempting to kidnap children. Crazy. Crazy. And scary. Scary. Just broad daylight. You just pick up somebody else's kid and try to walk off. Just imagine if that mother didn't happen to be in that store. He would have left with that little girl. Just left. Keep your kids close, man.
Right now we're 3 minutes out from the tattoo parlor.
They went in to serve the warrant on a suspect that spit on one of our agents.
This is pretty intense. You guys go in quick.
We are trying to get in there very quick.
18 USC, 111.
What you just witnessed there was a very efficient warrant service. We were in and out of there. Nobody got hurt. There's a lot of people here in the so-called sanctuary of California that maybe are used to softer on crime policies. When you see us out there, you're not going to be dealing with a soft on crime approach. You're going to be dealing with the full consequences of your actions.
Border Patrol agents are out here working hard. They're arresting criminals, some really bad criminals, and the last thing we need are other people to come in and assault those officers while they're conducting a lawful mission.
An illegal was arrested 12 plus times. Hold on, I want to go back to that. Where was that? 12 plus times and he wasn't deported. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Arrested 12 times. Anyway, there's more.
2 weeks ago, Guillermo Reyes was at a rally outside Federal Immigration Court in San Francisco, where his attorneys argued the tattoo artist should remain out of ICE custody because he's lived in the U.S. since he was 6 years old. They contend Reyes is being unfairly targeted for deportation because of his activism, but he also has a criminal history, including a conviction for stabbing a rival gang member in 2013.
To be honest, according to the conversations that I've had with immigration officers, we're all criminals to them just because we weren't born here.
But you do have a record.
Yeah, but just like I do have a record as a juvenile.
The judge granted Reyes a temporary reprieve, but this past Sunday, he was back in custody, accused of several new crimes. Berkeley police say the bizarre string of incidents started here when Guillermo Reyes called 911 to report a possible break-in. Officers arrived to find a broken window and found Reyes with a bloody hand. They took some information and left. 4 hours later, someone at this cafe called 911 for medical help.
Initially, I called in as a medical for a male breathing heavily, but now possibly a fentanyl overdose. Braids, no shirt, tattooed.
Police soon learned about a string of carjacking incidents. One happened here at this bakery, where the 3-year-old was in the backseat of a car, but Reyes was unable to get away because he didn't have the keys. And here at this gas station, where the 70-year-old victim was able to douse Reyes with gasoline before she was knocked down. And then down the block, where a big rig Reyes was driving stalled before he could get away.
Well, we got one detained here, and narcan was deployed.
In the end, Reyes was taken into custody in 2 weeks.
Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. Bro, see, this is my thing. And at a certain point, man, first off, these rogue judges gotta go. Got to go. As a matter of fact, I believe Bukele talked about that was happening to him when he first became president, I believe, of El Salvador, if I remember correctly. And he's turned that country completely around from one of the most dangerous to basically the safest, by throwing everybody in prison that is any type of criminal connected to any gangs, anything. I saw a video actually of he had heard reports of, some more gang activity going on, and literally sent in the military. I mean, they came in force, in massive numbers, to go arrest these guys. He's not playing around. But one of the things that he had mentioned was that a lot of the courts were trying to stop him the same way the courts are trying to stop Trump. And he just got rid of all the judges. Just got rid of them. Get them out of here. We gonna make this country safe. You understand me? Now, obviously, Trump can't get rid of every judge, but I believe there are judges that Trump can get rid of. And I covered that story last week, if I remember correctly, maybe earlier this week. I don't remember. But there are some judges that he can get rid of, and he has gotten rid of some judges, right? He has fired some judges. So he's definitely moving in the right direction when it comes to that. But there still are some more rogue judges out there that are doing some absolutely ridiculous things. Letting these criminals back out on the streets. I mean, the guy, you saw it, the guy was arrested 12 different times. I think it said 12 plus, and he's an illegal. Why is he released back out into American streets when he's illegal? And he committed a crime here in America? Like, that should be an automatic deportation. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anyway, check out what Democrats are trying to do in Michigan.
State Capitol would ban the use of face masks for all law. State Capitol would ban the use of face masks for all law enforcement officers interacting with the public. The bill mandates officers must display their name or badge number, full name or initials. Now, this would not apply to undercover operations where an officer must conceal their identity to investigate and gather evidence of criminal activity. If passed, a violation of the law would be punishable by up to 90 days behind bars and a fine of up to $1,000. State Capitol would ban the use of...
So you want ICE agents to reveal themselves, and if they don't, you'll try to put them in jail? Interesting. And I made a video yesterday on how Democrats are protecting illegals, doing more for illegals than they are for American citizens. And there is another instance. They're more than willing to pass a bill. Now, granted, this was in Michigan, because, Buckeye Nation, you know what I mean? But still, they're quick to pass a bill. Let's make sure we protect these illegals so they aren't getting snatched off the streets by these masked people, Let's make sure that we unmask these folks. Quick to pass a bill. But the homeless people living on the streets in your state, you leave them out on the streets. In places like Chicago, aka Chirac, quick to reopen schools and remodel them. But for the people living in those communities, in those areas, you told them that you had no money. You couldn't do anything. You got to close the school down. We've got no funding. But all of a sudden, when the illegals show up, you got all the funding in the world. Interesting how that works. Interesting. We've even got an example in California with Gavin Newsom. Now, granted, it was a little bit different. Chinese president comes to America. All of a sudden, all of the homeless people are off the streets. But you couldn't do that this entire time. It took a Chinese president to come to America before you could. Y'all remember that? All of a sudden, all the homeless people disappeared, just gone, vanished. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous.
Don't fucking push me. You're taking him before I can take a phone number from him? You need to stop right there.
You need to stop kidnapping people off the fucking street.
100%.
You just dragged him away when I'm trying to call his family for
We're
him.
making an arrest. You need to stay
Show
back
me
from
your
my
arrest
red.
warrant then. Show me your arrest warrant.
I don't need to show you
Yeah,
anything.
because you're a
not,
liar.
You're not an interested party. You have no right to see that.
Stop!
So-
You guys are kidnapping people off the fucking street.
We good? Yep.
Yeah, because what? Because someone came over to help them, you have to rush and get them in the fucking car?
You're being obnoxious and a lady.
Not being obstructive. You're being obnoxious.
This is 100%. 100%.
You guys have no conscience.
Yep.
If you're doing something right, take your mask off then. Yeah, you big cowards.
And unmarked cars.
Look at me!
I was trying to help them and you have to hurry up and get out of here? F you.
Are these more people in unmarked cars? Yep. Yep. Just trying to like run. Just trying to run us over.
Yeah.
Like it just all these vehicles, just unmarked cars.
Yeah, show your face if you're not a fucking coward. You're doing something that's lawful. Show your face.
Unfucking.
Get out of our fucking city.
Yeah, get the hell out. Go find a job that you can feel good about.
Go find a job that you can feel good about. We'll do all that for illegals. But where was that outrage for Jocelyn Nungary? Where was all this outrage? Nowhere to be found, right? Nowhere to be found. But there's some good news. I want to read this to y'all. So, allegedly, us conservatives are overwhelming this ICE Block app intended to monitor ICE agents' movements to aid undocumented immigrants by flooding it with false sighting reports to make it ineffective. That is absolutely hilarious. I love it. Absolutely hilarious. So apparently, allegedly, a bunch of conservatives are, going to this ICE app, this ICE Block app, and creating a bunch of false reports. Basically rendering the app useless because you don't know what's real and what's not. That is absolutely hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. And I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. I actually kind of like it. I like it. Because it's exactly what the left would be doing if the shoe were on the other foot, right? It's exactly what they would be doing. So I'm not mad about it. But as always, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Make sure you guys hit that like button for the algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.